guys, it's Vicky and welcome back to another tutorial. Today, I'll be showing you how to make a candy crown just like the one I'm wearing so that everyone will know that you are candy royalty. So here's an estimation of the supplies that you will need for the candy crown. I think I have like an above average size head, so you might not need as much things as I did, or you might even have a gigantic head and need more. So the bead count total estimation is 441 beads. That's 405 yellow, 8 pink, 8 orange, 8 green, 8 blue, and 4 purple. And then as for the string, I did make this crown in 9 separate pieces, and each piece took 3.5 feet. And in total, that is 31.5 feet of string for the entire project. And for my string today, I will be using Stretch Magic 0.7mm thick. It is a clear stretch cord. It's pretty stiff and durable, but it does have a little bit of a stretch to it, and I think that's perfect for the candy crown. So to start off with, you'll need to get yourself a piece of string that's about 3.5 feet long. You want to fold it in half and hold the 2 strings together. Now place 1 yellow bead onto each end of the string. Then put the 2 ends together and place on 1 yellow bead. Then 1 yellow on each end of the string again. Then put the 2 strings together, place on 1 pink bead. Then put 1 pink bead onto each end. Put the 2 ends together. Place on 1 pink bead. Then 1 yellow on each end. Place the 2 ends together. And put on 1 yellow bead. Place 1 yellow bead on each end. Then put the 2 ends together and place on 1 yellow bead. And that is all the beads for the base of your first crown section. So then you'll slide all of the beads towards the middle of the piece of string. And then I'm going to pull on the beads to tighten them. And it should look like this. So as you can see here, there's 3 rows of yellow, followed by 3 rows of pink, and 4 rows of yellow. So once we have that nice and tight, we're going to separate the 2 strings. And I'm only going to work with 1 string for right now. I will take 1 string and place it through the bead that's right next to the bead that my string is coming out of. Then next, I will add 1 yellow bead. Then place my string through the next yellow bead that's sticking up. Next, I'll add another yellow bead and place my string through the next pink bead that's sticking up. Then I'll add another yellow bead and place my string through the next yellow bead that's sticking up. Add another yellow and place my string through the next yellow bead that's sticking up. And then I'm gonna pull on my string firmly to tighten it. There's going to be a lot of tightening because this string is very slippery. So then I will add a yellow bead and place my string through the next yellow bead that's sticking up. Then add another yellow bead and place my string through the next yellow bead that's sticking up. Another yellow bead, and I'll place my string through the next yellow bead that's sticking up. Then 1 more yellow bead, and I'll place my string through the next yellow bead that's sticking up. This is the end of this row, so I'm going to firmly tighten my string. And then without adding a bead, I'm going to just put my string through the next bead that's sticking up. Now on this row, let's add 3 yellow beads. And then 3 yellow beads on this row. Then without adding a bead, I'll turn the string around and place it through the next bead that's sticking up. And add 2 yellow beads to this row. And now we're ready to turn it around and work on the other side. So I'm going to grab that string that we weren't using up until now, and I am going to firmly tug on that so that I can tighten the string. Then place my string through the next yellow bead that's sticking out. Then I'm going to add 4 yellow beads to this row. Firmly tug the string to tighten it. Then add 4 yellow beads to this row. Then without adding a bead, I'm going to put my string through the next bead that's sticking up. And then add 3 yellow beads to this row. Then 3 yellow beads on this row. Then I will take the string and without adding a bead, place it through this next bead that's sticking up. Then add 2 yellow beads onto this row. And then add 2 yellow beads onto this last row. Now our first piece is done. As you can see, one side went a little bit farther than the other side. That's on purpose, so that at the very end they'll all fit together like little puzzle pieces. Next, you'll need to make an identical piece, only with an orange gem instead of pink. If you need to, you can just rewind the video and watch the instructions again. And then I will show you how to put them together. So now, as you can see, I have 2 identical pieces, and I am going to sew them together like that. Now, since there's going to be a lot of knots in this project, I'm going to try to hide the knots. So what I'm going to do here is take this string that's coming out the bottom of one of them and place it through the very bottom edge bead of the other piece. Then I will place it through the second to the inside bead on the original piece. Then go over back to the other side and place it through this bead that's sticking out on the top. And I will leave that one there, and I'm going to actually grab the string that's coming out the top of the piece with the pink gem, and I'm going to place it through this top bead that's sticking up on the other piece. And also, before I tie them, I'm going to tug on each one to make sure everything's nice and tight. And then I'm going to tie this in a triple knot, and then I will cut the ends off. The string being clear does help with hiding the knot. So now it looks like this. Now what you'll do is just keep making new pieces and sewing them on, and just keep doing that until the crown is the size that you need it to be, so you can like hold it around your head and see if it fits yet. So personally, I made 9 pieces for mine, and then I had to remove some of the beads on 2 of the pieces to get it to fit just right. So I would say my crown ended up being like 8.5 pieces. It just kind of depends on the size of your head. So I have 2 pieces so far, so I need to make 7 more pieces and sew them on one at a time, and then I will be able to sew the ends together, and of course we are going to do that part together. And the pattern of the gem colors, I wanted to do rainbow, so I'm going to be doing red, orange, green, blue, purple. I'm skipping yellow because the crown itself is yellow. So let's do a time lapse of me making and attaching the next 7 pieces, and then I will show you guys how you can tie it up. So I ended up only making 8 pieces because I ran out of yellow beads. But 8 pieces is probably a good size as well, especially if your head isn't quite as big as mine. Now we'll just need to sew the 2 ends together. And this is exactly the same as when we just added more pieces on. So I am just going to take this bottom string right here on the side with the pink gem, the string, I'm going to thread it through the very bottom bead that's sticking up on the other side. Then go back to the pink side and place the string through the second to the inside bead that's sticking out. Then I will take that same string, go over to the other side, and place the string through this top bead that's sticking up. And then I'm going to take the other string, the one we weren't just using, and bring it over to the opposite side and place it through the top bead that's sticking out. And then we're going to tie a triple knot. On my first knot, I'm going to tug to tighten everything up. And then do a double knot and a triple knot. And I'm tugging repeatedly and firmly just to make sure everything's nice and tight. Just be careful not to pull too hard. Sometimes it snaps. I'll cut those ends off. And the candy crown is complete. There's one more thing I wanted to show you that you might be concerned about. Sometimes the top little point bead will flip up like that, and that's cool. Just flip it down. No big deal. That is how you make your very own candy crown. You can also find these in my Etsy store as well. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, subscribe for more tutorials, and until next time, peace, love, unity, and respect.